HipHopGamer, press start. Yeah, you know what time it is. Yeah, you know what time it is. Brooklyn. Yeah, you know what time it is. HipHopGamer, no stranger to danger. Record breaker, shot taker, playmaker. I show nothing but love, that's how I got greater. For those that don't see it, they stay stuck with the haters. HipHopGamer, no stranger to greatness. So drop that gun gameplay, I overwatch that. Biggie Smalls life at the death, so we respond back. Red dot, headshot, red spots on your hard hat. This is what New York sounds like, and it's all that. Concrete core killer, rap game, raw spitter, frame data, play singer. So you gotta aim quicker, maxed out, ready for war. We got the painkillers, feeling like Mike in the game. Ow, thriller. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. My grandma told me to be the best that I can be, so I took the game industry by the balls and believed in me, and equally merged it with verses. So anybody wanna battle, get a pen and a paddle with two controllers. Focus, the flow is explosive, breaking every barrier and parry all opposes. Yeah, the game is mine and it's time to be ferocious. You can call me rap god when it comes to game and culture. Embrace who I am and the world is gonna see it. The game industry, everybody wanna be in it. It's funny how the leaderboards will show you what is missing, and I get it, now I got it, cause I am top the position. Listen, from the hood, growing up, we ain't have much. Playing PlayStation with friends, felt like we had enough. It was those days with Sega, how we was raised up. Gotta love Sonic, cause Lost Rings that came up. Whoa. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City, we the home of the gritty. Gotta feel me, put the game on. And if you really ride it with me, throw it up, press start, play your part when we pop on. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop on. This is New York City. This is New York City. We the home of the gritty. Press start when we pop on. Yo, what's up? It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Hot 97, Logitech G. You already know what it is, dog. Guilty Gear Strive on PlayStation 5. It's going down, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you drop your city in the chat so I can shout you out and show you love. Let me know if everything looks good and sounds good. We about to get into this game right now. Shout out to Nicholas in the building right now. Shout out to Double L in the building right now. Game Legend, yeah, I see you. What's going on? So right now, we about to play Guilty Gear Strive, right? So now, if you see on the bottom, you see coming up next, I got my homegirl Kimberly Shatzer. She's a special guest on today's episode of HipHopGamer Show. Kimberly Shatzer from Onward Play. So anybody out there that's watching right now that's trying to get a job in gaming, trying to just live out their dreams in the gaming space, this is what it is. This is what we about to talk about today. And we got to try to break that barrier to get more of us in the gaming industry as well. So let's get started, man. Like, once again, let me know if everything look good and sound good. Let's get this battle going, son. Yo, Dragon, what's up, Dragon Blaze? Yeah, this game is fire, son. This game is fire, son. Yo, the art style and everything is ridiculous. You about to see it right now, yo. As soon as this joint finished communicating with the server, you know we lit. Shout out to Eric in the building. I see you, Eric. Game Legend, I see you playing since the Dreamcast days, no doubt. I had the Dreamcast too, you know what I'm saying, 1999. Word up. Yo, Sentinel, what's going on, baby? Salute, I see you, son. Devil L, what up? We playing on that PlayStation 5, baby. We playing on a PlayStation 5, you see it.
Yo, Dan, what's up, dog? Nah, it's a fighting game. It's a fighting game. Guilty Gear Strive is a fighting game. You about to see it right now. As soon as it finishes connecting to the server. Oh, you've been playing since the OG Nintendo? Yo, I've been playing since Atari 2600, dog. With the joystick and the one button playing Pac-Man, son. Well, if you got the digital, the deluxe edition, it's out right now. But if you want the regular edition, it comes out on the 11th. So yo, why is this still communicating with the server? Like, you know what's so crazy? Just to give y'all some insight, like this was not happening at all when here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a few matches first, and then we're gonna get into the story. After we do that, we're gonna get to my homegirl Kimberly Shatzer, so we can see what she's talking about when it comes to getting in the game industry and getting your dream job. Let's get it. Eric, facts, Ratchet and Clank day one. Ratchet and Clank day one. So now we're gonna play arcade mode. Let's get it.
Who dares to enter the mayhem?
Soul bad guy. Yo, Alan, what up, Alan? Yeah, Vice City, classic. Look at this game, son. Look at the art style and all of it. Look at this joint.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts, heaven or hell.
Look at this.
Saul versus Kai.
Look at this joint. Let's go.
Let's rock.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh. Oh, that's crazy. That was a crazy fight just now, son. Look at my power, yo. Crazy, son.
Saul wins.
Ooh.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We out here. We out here, son. We outside. Let's go.
Slap.
Yo, this joint is sick, son. Graphics, everything is fine. Oh! Yo, what up, Speed? Yo, Nicholas is in the building. Salute. What's up, dog? What up, James? I see you. What's up, baby? How does an artist submit music? I don't handle the music side of Hot 97, bro. You know, you gotta talk to like Peter Rosenberg or any other DJs you got connections with.
So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts.
No, project. Sony's having their own event, their own showcase. They're not a part of E3, but they will be a part of Summer Games Fest.
Saul versus Zato. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, yo, look at his style. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Let's go. Let's go, baby. This game is sick. This game is sick. The controls, the graphics, everything right now, son. This game is fire, son. Fire.
Let's rock.
The counters is crazy in here. Oh, let's go. Oh, shoot. Wow. All right, let's go. Game Legend. Yeah, of course the music's still popping, man. I still write songs for different games. Yo, Dev Carlin is in the building. Salute. What up, Dev? How you feeling, man? What y'all think of the video game so far? What y'all think of the game so far? Wow, Route Extreme. Frank! Salute, what's up, baby? How you feeling, dog? What's good? Yo, David, I see you, son. What's good?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Yo, this game, if you got the digital deluxe version, it comes out today. But the regular standard version is on the 11th. Facts, Game Legend.
Saul.
Jersey in the building. Jersey Walk, what up, son?
Let's rock.
Oh, let's go. I got him, son. Let's go. Wow. Let's go. Yo, this game is unbelievable, son. This joint is fire, son.
Saul wins.
Yo, Jers, yeah, the game is crispy, son.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
They trying to kill me just now, son. Yo. Game Legend, what's up? Oh, you need some air combos? I'm still trying to get nicer in the game, man. I'm not as nice yet. You know, I'm good, but I'm not nice yet. Yo, Nicholas, I'm sorry I didn't see your post, man, because other comments is coming. I didn't get a chance to see it. Grizzly Bear King in the building. What's up, son? Yo, Bloody Raw? Oh, stay tuned for that one. Stay tuned for that one. Yo, David is in the building. I see you, David Jetta. What up?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts, heaven or hell.
ハンデが欲しいんだけど
Yo, bro, I'm hyped already, son. I gotta pay attention to what's going on, B.
Versus Axel. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, wow. Let's go. Oh, wow. Let's go. Yo, this dude is nasty, son. Nasty. Frank, I can't speak on it, but you know,
So,
let's just say I'm hyped for it too.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Yo, this dude is sick. Alright. You gotta rematch this one, yo. You gotta rematch, yo. This dude is nasty. Yeah, we gonna rematch that, yo.
Mankind knew that they cannot. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yo, this dude is tough, man. I had to fight him a completely different way.
Wins. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, this dude is tough. So he's a range character, and he's hard to like pause, but like penetrate through his range attacks. He's countering everything. Hey, man. Alright, yo, we gonna run it back. We gonna run it back one more time. If I don't beat him this time, I'm gonna change my character and see if I can do something with somebody else.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's go. Let's go. Double KO. Double KO. That's crazy. That's the first time that happened to me in this game.
Let's rock.
Oh, come on. Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, baby! You gonna spin it again? Let's go!
Saul wins.
Yo, Weezy, what up, Weezy? What's poppin', son? Alright, cool. Woo. That was tough. That was tough, son. Alright, so we about to go up against Leo right now. Woo! Yeah, facts, dog. Strong, son. This dude is crazy.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts, heaven or hell.
Wow, look at this dude. I love the way they approach the game, the presentation of it. Look at this. Like you watching a cartoon. Like a real anime.
Saul versus Leo. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I see you, Nicholas. Like he's Leo's crazy too. Andy Moss in the building. What's up, son?
Let's rock.
Oh my. That was close. I'm in the zone though, baby.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Oh, come on. Let's go. It's over. It's over. It's over. Oh! Ooh, that was close. Frank, what's going on? Yeah, this joint was crazy, son.
Saul wins.
I still gotta learn, you know, like more moves and things like that, but in terms of just like the core basics of the game, just the fighting mechanics in general, I pretty much got that down pat.
They cannot change society.
You know what I'm saying? Like the counters, a little bit of the timing, how to break certain guards, you know, so I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. Oh, wow.
Saul versus Milia. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Getting sick with it, son. Let's go. Facts, I know, right, Frank? I can't wait for another Def Jam.
Duel 2. Let's rock. Counter.
She's a low striker. Oh no! Let's go! Yo, I had to go in the Evo mode just now, son. I had to go in the Evo mode.
Saul
Get it?
wins.
All right, y'all. So look, what I want to do now is I want to get to I want to actually get through the story as well, and I also want to bring on Kimberly Shatzer too. So give me a second.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Wow, look at this.
So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts, heaven or hell. Saul versus Faust. Duel 1. Let's rock.
I'm telling y'all, this game is crazy. So we're gonna go to the main menu right now. Now later on we're gonna come back to the game, but when we come back next time, we're gonna go through this story mode. Okay, so right now what I want to do, like I told y'all earlier, I have an amazing special guest. So anybody right now, if you want to share the stream, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, but if you know anybody that's trying to get into the game industry career-wise, make money, live out their dream, all of that, you know what I'm saying? And also somebody that's trying to break barriers and take a shot on themselves, you know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being like 90% dominated by, you know, white men in the gaming industry in terms of the jobs and stuff like that. This is an opportunity to break down that barrier. So I'm about to bring on Kimberly Shatzer. So one love and God bless. Get ready. She represents Onward Play. Make sure y'all go to onwardplay.com so y'all can check it out for yourselves. All right, but this is a staffing agency getting people into the door for real in gaming. All right, so without further ado, I present to y'all my homegirl Kimberly Shatzer in the building. One and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G. Now listen, It ain't every day. It ain't every day you get a chance to talk to somebody that represent the industry in a whole nother way. We got a lot to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? But everybody always talk about, looking in the back and looking at the past and talking about everything that happened before. But today we about to move forward. We about to move onward with Onward Play. I got my homegirl, the one and only. Give it up. Put your hands together. Kimberly! What's going on, superstar? How you feel today?
You're amazing. I feel like you're a DJ and a game journalist, and you're everything in one. You're amazing.
Thank you so much, yo. It's an honor to have you on. So, yo, we gonna get right into it. Onward Play. What is Onward Play at the core? What is it? What it's about? And what's your role in the brand of Onward Play?
Of course, yeah. So thank you for having me on your show. My name is Kim Shatzer. I'm managing director of Onward Play, and we are a female-led nationwide and Canadian video game staffing agency. And we also staff for esports and virtual reality, and we work with everyone. So the AAA studios down to the mid-size independent, the indie studios, mobile, console, PC, you name it. We work their job orders for a lot of the designers and engineers that build video games.
Wow. I just got clapping up again, son. So now, very important question. We're gonna dive deep right into this right now. I just finished playing this game called Never Yield. Aerial Knights Never Yield, right? Neil Jones is the creator of this game. And when I tell you, and I got an interview coming up with him soon too, but one of the things that he talked about in other interviews and that you'll read in articles was that the door was shut in his face constantly, all the time. And then when you look at the stats, behind the scenes in terms of the percentage of, a black person in the development space, in game development, it is low. Like 1-2% or something like that. It's really low. So he fought and just kept breaking down barriers. Now his game is out. What I want to ask you is, how can these things be fixed in the role that you play over at Onward Play, considering your role is for staffing? So how do we make this more fair and balanced going forward?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I would say as far as diversity in gaming, something that's talked about so much is representation of underrepresented communities in games or on the, box of the, packaging or something like that, as far as the lead characters. But there's so much content out there already. Like, what people aren't looking at is the recruitment behind these game studios that are actually building the games. And our job as staffing for game studios, we are very fortunate to get a bird's eye view of the industry. So we're up here in the sky looking down at all these game studios, seeing the patterns, the hiring trends, what they're each saying about D&I and their efforts, what they're not doing, where they're not putting their money where their mouth is, and some pain points that they're having with hiring in the space. And then, because of my game recruiters talking to these candidates all day long, we get to hear what the game talent in America is saying. And we're hearing from D&I candidates and what's going wrong with the interview process. We're hearing from people that have been in the industry a long time, or maybe just trying to break in, and the problems that they're having. So, we get this really nice perspective. And I'd say, as a recruitment agency, what's so nice about what we do is we put an emphasis on D&I for the studios that we partner with. So most of the time when I'm working with a new game studio, whether it's AAA or a smaller indie shop, they notice that they have D&I problems, and they want our help with how do we source candidates for D&I, and how are we more aware, and what do we do? And that's why when the pandemic hit, off the backs of Black Lives Matter and Me Too and Time's Up movement, we saw the number one role every game studio was hiring for was a director of D&I, right?
Wow.
They're all trying to buy the problem away. Or another trend we saw is every game studio, when the Asian American attacks were happening recently, they put out these stances of, we stand with the AAPI community and we don't put up with this. And, we're seeing these big studios saying, oh, we're, donating all this money to Black Girls Code and all these great nonprofits. Okay, so you're doing all that, but what are you doing when you're hiring the people that are building these games that a large percentage of the underrepresented community are playing? gaming, but you're not representing those people in the developers, the designers, the animators, the VFX, the producers that are building the game. So there's still this disconnect, and I'm going in there trying to disrupt the industry and help these game studios with this, awful D&I problem that plagues them.
Yo, Kimberly, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm keeping it 1,000% with you. Like, we don't even have to go forward with the interview. But like, you just shut the whole thing down just now with that answer. That was crazy. But we gotta continue. But that right there was fire. And also, I want everybody that's watching this, like, pay attention to all the details in every area of the gaming industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even certain things that may not directly involve the gaming industry, but there's some sort of result that ties into it. Pay attention to everything in order to make a proper impact across the board. And this is what Kimberly was talking about, and is doing, in practice. So that's beautiful. For real, that's beautiful. So now the next question I want to ask you is, in terms of not just your role at Onward Play, but just your role in terms of loving the gaming industry. Like, just loving the game industry, playing video games. Talk a little bit more about your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you came up and how gaming played a role in your life, and why this role for you now professionally means a lot to you.
I grew up in an area where gaming wasn't taken seriously, and there was still the stereotype of, like, if you played games, you probably didn't get great grades in high school, or you didn't have a lot of friends. And, MMOs weren't as big back then. I'm 31 now, but, there was, Wii was getting exciting, and, people were still playing Mario Kart, which they played when they were a child because of nostalgic reasons. And people were just starting to get into gaming from an entertainment standpoint and escapism. And, I was kind of brought up in that culture of gaming. And as I grew older and I was staffing in the marketing world and the tech world, I was seeing that gaming was its own little niche and bubble that people weren't able to crack. And it's this tight little community, and they don't want to let anyone into it, right? Like, you have to be a part of gaming in order to be in the inner circle. And I said, I'm going to crack this industry and staff in this space and become, an expert in all things recruitment and gaming, because, it's a growing industry. It's pandemic proof. It's virtual. It's digital. It's going to be there 30 years from now, 40 years from now. And what's unique about the industry is that it's still so young. When you look back at it, it's only a couple decades old. So there's a lot of, issues that I wanted to tackle in gaming and help these game studios. Really, I come from a background of, being a gamer, light gamer, really not, I wasn't where I played 6 hours a day type of game. My husband's like that. He has all the VR headsets and he's all crazy with it, follows esports and the whole thing. I come more from a business perspective of, what can I do to help the industry improve? Because I talk to game studio representatives every day. I go to their About Us page. It's a bunch of white guys in flannel shirts and scruffy beards, and a couple people of color, maybe one person of a different age. And it's just, there's a problem happening, and they are getting left behind, right? Like, ad agencies are starting to change. The tech world has really shaped up recently, and gaming's still fighting to get there. And I wanted to, be a part of this industry to help.
Wow, yo, that's amazing, man. Like, so, all right, Kim, now I'm gonna hit you with this is gonna be a tough question, right? So, E3 is coming up, and you got all the companies, all the studios, they about to show off their games and everything like that, talk about all this other stuff, PlayStation, Xbox, always going at it and everything. What do you look for, or what can you share with a lot of people that companies are looking for to bring them in the fold? So I give you an example of what I mean to provide the context. So if you look on Twitter and a lot of different places, there's a lot of companies that may not get access to certain previews of games, or may not get certain access to certain review copies or things of that nature, and then they go on social media and start talking like real crazy about not being treated fairly. And then you have another group that normally always get everything, and nobody else gets a shot, and a lot of people never get a chance to even have opportunity to have the credibility that they're looking for to grow their business or their brand or whatever. So when it comes to like staffing, how do you staff? Like how do you know who's the right person for the job, or what are people telling you that they're looking for you to vet out the right people to bring into the fold? I think that's a tough job. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to find out from you what some of those intricate details that people watching can learn from so they could tighten up their approach so they could have a shot at being in the industry professionally.
Right. The number one thing we tell candidates is you can't just go in the interview and pitch about, oh, I know this technical skill and Unreal and Photoshop, and here's my background and here's some of my soft skills. You have to go in and say, this is why I'm a culture add, not a culture fit to your current studio. And this is the value I'm going to bring, even as a junior level designer on your team. This is, what I'm looking to do to improve your game or get your game shipped on time, or, make the team better. And I would say standing out in that sense of talking about how you can add value is going to impress a client. And as far as clients, I talk to them all the time about the issues in gaming, and they better be on board with hiring people that also believe in changing the issues in gaming. And, there's not enough women in leadership roles in gaming. And if they are, they're in the HR departments or the, recruitment department or the finance department, right? They're not in the game maker roles. There's issues like anti-crunch. You have to be passionate about, making sure you're not coming from a toxic studio, going to another, bringing those toxic culture items. You have to be the right fit. Mental health awareness in gaming is really important to both, talent that's out there and gaming studios, because they want to make sure everyone's on the same page with it. There is, a reason why people work in video games. It's because you love gaming and you grew up playing games, and that love of gaming is often taken advantage of by toxic studios, and you're working crazy hours or working unfair, or not getting paid enough, or whatever the situation is. So people that are in the know of like what's going on in the industry, that will definitely give you a leg up, because they're saying, oh, you're paying attention, you're seeing what's happening in the networks right now, and you're tapped in.
See, and thank you for saying that, because a lot of time there's a lot of people that's lost, like out here, like, and not everybody get a chance to have direct access to someone like you that can kind of provide a different level of guidance and a different thought process on actually how to get in correctly. Because it's not just about getting in, but it's also about getting in with the right people that you want to get into too as well. Like, so I think that's very accurate. Now the next thing I want to talk about is when it comes to Onward play, do y'all have besides just being a staffing company, what's some of the things that y'all trying to do to stand out over other people that do the same thing that y'all do? Because there's competition everywhere. I just keep it real. There's competition everywhere. So what's some of the unique things that Onward play is doing in the gaming space to make an impact, but an exclusive impact, something that only Onward play brings to the table?
Of course. I mean, I would first and foremost say our recruiters are trained in gaming inside and out. They're all avid gamers themselves. So I work with a lot of studio clients that say, yikes, we hired this staffing firm and we gave them a level designer job and they sent us UX people. They didn't even know what a level meant in a video game. Whereas like my game recruiters study Unreal Engine, Unity Engine, what a level designer does to create, build, ship, maintain a game, and how each player in a studio contributes to the game building experience. So we have that like higher level experience when it comes to the technologies that these candidates need. And that definitely gives us a leg up. But the important piece that not every staffing firm is willing to invest the dollars behind, that Onward is the diversity and inclusion piece. So my game recruiters, I don't hire them unless they care about D&I sourcing strategies. So what does that mean? That means not just going to LinkedIn or Indeed or ZipRecruiter, but also going to websites like veteranhires.com, disabilityhires.com, job boards of HBCUs. I mean, we have to think outside the box here to cast the widest net we can. And that's what makes us different than other recruiters that are just, mass blasting and trying to find any old, engineer or designer to fit the bill.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, I want in. I mean, we spoke off camera before, but I want in. I want in on this joint. I mean, we already in, but I want in. Like this. See, one thing about me, like I told you, I never lost my passion. Like, what I'm saying, like for gaming and just like the culture, just people in general. Like, I love this. Like, really, really, really love this. So you're getting me excited. Like, this is hype. But now I want to take it a step further, right? Now, with the access that y'all have to different studios and different companies, AAA, indie, and everything like that, when it comes to staffing, do y'all only staff to work for these companies, or do y'all staff for people that want to be that want to be dedicated streamers, or do you staff for people that's they don't know how to make games, but they're great at filming, but their skill set in filming can work in a gaming environment from the development stage. So how broad is, I guess that's what I'm saying, how broad is your staffing as a company with Onward Play?
Yeah, of course. So we're owned, our parent company is Onward Search. So we have recruiters that are expert in advertising, marketing, communication, security, like finance, HR. Like we can cover any department in a game studio and help support them for freelance or permanent needs. But I'd say where we probably excel is the designers and developers. And as far as like influencers or streamers or people on the content side, we absolutely cover those roles. But it's more in like the brand partnerships and the influencer partnerships types of positions, where we're hiring people that know how to align the top streamers, the top influencers in gaming, the top Twitchers with the right esports company, with the right tournament to promote, or give them the beta of their game so they can promote it to their fan base. I mean, that's such a big part of marketing and advertising now in gaming, is by leveraging the gaming community. And that's a big reason why we're part of a lot of the game associations, or we're on Discord, or we're in all the right LinkedIn groups for gaming, because it's just about connecting the right people with the right studios and having that outreach and network. But as far as hiring in the industry, and I'd say something that I'm seeing today that is becoming a problem of maybe someone trying to get in the industry, like you mentioned, it's tough because game studios want AAA background. That's like the number one thing we're asked about. They say, I want diversity. And then they say, oh, but they need to have 7 years shipping experience of a AAA game. So you're asking for something that already is a very limited D&I group. And the problem is that we're just perpetuating the cycle of the incestuous hiring culture that gaming used to be. We're still perpetuating it by not letting new people in AAA, not letting people that maybe we can upskill. So maybe someone coming from a tech company that's an engineer, and upskilling them with a little Unity or Unreal training, instead of them being open-minded and doing that, they're preaching all this D&I, but then still hiring, I want AAA only. So we're not letting women in, we're not letting people of different backgrounds in, we're just hiring the same person they knew from the last studio they worked with. And it's this mentality in gaming that I coach a lot of my clients on, of like, we have to break this. I'm sending you someone that's a female. Yes, they might have 2 years less experience, but take the chance on them. Like, let's broaden this tight inner circle that the gaming industry is and invite more people in.
I'm gonna tell you something, because that right there, oh man, that hits home. That hits home for a lot of people. Like, you'll be surprised at how many times I heard that exact same thing. That's been a constant issue. Naughty Dog, right? Naughty Dog once said they just want to hire the best people. They don't care if you went to school or not. If you show me your work and your work is at this level, then boom. And I can relate directly to this because, Kimberly, I don't have no journalist degree. I never went to school for journalism or nothing, like ever. I just love games, and I grew up in this lifestyle. This is my culture. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I breathe it. I know it. And I think that right there is the structure that needs to be talked about more. Like, for real, I really think that needs to change. Sometimes, I'm gonna just throw this out there. I think this would be real cool. But I think it'd be real cool if there's a certain site, like let's say Onward Play had a site where people, whatever job you want, just submit. Like submit what you got, and we'll compare. I don't want to look at your resume. I just want to see your work. Let's compare work. Because you'll be surprised that the person with so-called less experience may have the better work than the other person. You know what I'm saying?
what's fascinating is a lot of these AAA people that say they're so good and have worked on, really big box games. What's funny is that their portfolios suffer because they're locked in so many NDAs that they can't really build a portfolio, or if they do, there's password protections, and we have to sign NDAs just to see their work. And it's like, why don't you do a little work outside of your day job to build your portfolio on the side so we could see what your skill set is? And that can be a bit of a problem. But really, when it comes to game studios, yes, it should be about your skill and how well you can perform at your job. But at the same time, these smaller or mid-sized studios that are trying to compete with the big corporate gaming companies, they right now are so desperate to hire more talent because they're creating more games, because gaming did well in the pandemic, grew 20%. They are now desperate to hire anyone that knows what they're doing, because the game industry is so collaborative and they're not used to working remotely. And because they're working remotely, the training programs have suffered. So they're not able to take on those junior people that maybe don't come from AAA background or that don't come from a gaming background. So they're, desperate to hire strong AAA people. And the equity issues I'm seeing now are, maybe an indie studio pays all their engineers $130K, but they all of a sudden get an engineer that, is applying in from a really fancy background. So in order to get that engineer from a fancy AAA, big corporate gaming background, they're now paying this person $175. So you're bringing an engineer with the same amount of experience or less, and you're paying them much more, and it creates all this equity issues. And that's one of our services, is like, let us help your HR department with some salary banding to make sure it's fair for all. Like, the women should be getting paid as much as the men engineers, and the people coming from fancy studios, I get they come at a higher cost because they were paid more in the last job, but it's not really fair. Not everyone has an opportunity to come from that background, or not everyone had the opportunity to go to that fancy, California school and with that fancy degree. Not everyone grew up like that. So we got to let new people in.
That's amazing. So I got a couple of more questions, Kim. Then I'll let you go. Now the next thing I want to ask you is, there's so many companies that are partnering up with one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, you can see Roblox and Gucci, like, you know what I'm saying, like, partnering up, doing more stuff together and things of that nature. If there's a company that, or I mean, is there, a company out there that you feel would be a great fit partnership wise with Onward Play and what y'all trying to do here to break the cycle and make things better going forward in this, not just in the staffing, but in gaming as a whole? Who would that company be?
That's a really good note. I mean, I'd say for a staffing firm, for us to make the right partnerships to improve the ethos and communities of the studios that we staff for, it's really the nonprofits, us partnering with them. So we're friendly with Take This, which helps with mental health and organizations. They're doing beautiful things that were never thought of doing before. Like, they're going into game studios and training a lot of leadership who may be on the younger side or not as much experience, because, maybe it's a new indie studio or whatever it is. They're training them on how to manage employees and stress level and how to be fair and unconscious bias and conscious recruiting. And it's that kind of stuff that we like to partner with those types of companies. Also, like Gamers Outreach, we're friendly with them. They are putting game code in children's hospitals. And I talk to my clients and I say, why don't you, give them your game code for free and do something good and improve the culture internally there at your company by giving back and paying it forward. I mean, these game studios make ridiculous amounts of money. The game industry is the largest form of entertainment. It's more revenue than all movies and music and sports and television combined. And if you think of like the Taylor Swifts and the Spotifys and the Hulus and all of that combined, it's really wild to think of that number. So it's like the revenue is there, but it's like, we want to partner with studios that are, care about that kind of stuff and want to work with nonprofits that will improve the lives of professionals in gaming, because for many years they've been taken advantage of. And I've already seen amazing strides in the past few years, but there's still a lot of work to do, which is why I'm still going out there and disrupting and talking about it.
Now, that is a great segue into my next question. My next question was, we could always talk about what needs to be done, what needs to be fixed. What I want to ask you is, what has been done, and what's some of the things that has been fixed that we can actually feel good about in terms of continuing the road to this right direction? What's some of the things that has been done that Onward Play, has had some sort of responsibility for?
I would definitely say it's in the practices of hiring and the hiring cycle that has improved with a lot of our partnership with the game studios that we staff for, making the interview process more fair. I mean, really, like the game industry is notorious for putting engineers on 5-hour, final interview panels and making them take a 1 week, at home test and assessment, like asking someone with a family and kids to go, work for 5 days for free for a company for the interview process. Like a lot of those, like, nuances that happen in game hiring, we've helped adjust. But I'd say in the industry, as far as what's getting done that I'm really excited about, is that people are talking about it. You and I are talking about it. You care about it as a journalist in this industry. There's other journalists that care about it. There's more webinars and podcasts and speaking panels and conferences and industry discussions with the right diversity and representation now finally coming together and saying, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Let's discuss and make this game industry a better place. Because I'll tell you what's happening, and I see it because I told you I'm at that bird's eye view, is I'm seeing the tech industry come into gaming. They're poaching our engineers out. They're poaching the designers out because tech figured it out. They said, oh, all the best tech talent that went off and got tech degrees, they grew up playing games. So they all went to the game industry after college. So let's poach them out because maybe they're not happy. They have a toxic studio culture. They have a CEO that just got, sued for this or in trouble for that, or, there's so many stigmas in gaming that they want to get away from, and they get poached out to tech. And it's like, we have to talk about these things now so the industry really stays intact and doesn't have any more issues down the road as the world is changing. I mean, there's a lot of things happening in current news that gaming has to pay attention to stay relevant.
Wow. Yo, let me tell you something, because I've been in the industry for like over 10 years now. This interview, I learned a lot, Kim. Like, Kim. Because this is one of the reasons why I was excited, to link up with you in the first place. Because, like I said, we spoke off camera. But this right here, I'm excited about how it's going to help people that watch it. You know what I'm saying? You came with it. You came with it today. Yo, it's fire. So for our final question, right? My son is 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I got nephews, nieces, everybody gaming, right? Everybody gaming. Does Onward Play or have y'all discussed this, as a company, to where y'all can have like a pipeline within y'all staffing operation to where kids can put their ballot in or something like that, and potentially have a internship, tests, things of that nature, so by the time they get to a certain age, they already ready to go into the professional world, because Onward Play was a platform for them to develop those skills at an early age. Talk to me about that, yo.
I can talk to you about this. I mean, I would say the reason why my game clients have a problem with D&I, besides the fact that they, were just unconscious about it before and not really, focusing on it enough, but it's because there's not enough women coming out, or, people of underrepresented, backgrounds. There's not enough of them coming out of these degrees in these schools. And it all trickles back to early education. Now there's an increase in talks about STEM, and they're adding STEM programs in school, but we're still not doing computer science early enough. So, not enough women or not enough people in underrepresented communities, or maybe couldn't afford to go to a fancy private school where they teach that stuff. They're not getting exposed to it. So they don't even know that, becoming an engineer, designer in gaming is possible by doing X, Y, and Z. So really lining up our youth in the early, education experience is a big piece of it. And this is why you're going to see a lot of larger game studios right now partnering with HBCUs or partnering with community colleges, trying to expose a different bucket of people to gaming and what it is that they do. But it really starts with the design or the computer science piece at a young age and getting kids involved. And currently we don't do any type of education program like that, but that's a great idea. That's why you're an entrepreneur, because you have all the ideas. So I'm going to take that one.
Yo, I think it'll be perfect. I'm telling you. So, and I love the whole idea of the branding, Onward Play. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that it's designed for you to go on, and as you go on, you get to play along. Oh, that's hot! That's hot.
Onward and upward. Onward and upward.
I love that. So, yo, Kim, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, this interview has been fire. God bless you. Love you, superstar. Is there anything you wanna like share with the audience before we get up out of here? How to find you, connect with you, anything? The floor is yours, yo.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was a pleasure to be on. And I'm also in the grace of someone that, has been in the industry a long time. You've been covering it. You've talked to a lot of important people in the industry and gotten exclusive interviews. So you're someone that I also have been following for a long time. And I thank you for all your work, because it's really hard to be in a cycle and a circle of these, journalists, and you're not like them. You're different. You have a different approach and you stand out. So I thank you for all the hard work you do in that space. But as far as finding us, onwardplay.com, you can contact us there if you are looking for a job in gaming or if you're a game studio hiring. And just in general, if anyone wants to get some tips on interviewing or how to present your portfolio or your resume to a game studio, I'd love to help out as well. So you can find us at onwardplay.com.
Yo, you already know what it is. It's the one and only HipHopGamer, Logitech G, on your Hot 97 every day. That's my word. God bless y'all. We out of here, baby. Peace.
Yeah. You already know what it is, dog. That was my homegirl, Kimberly Shatzer. She held it down. What did y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did y'all think of the interview? She's amazing. But what do y'all think of the interview? And also right now, y'all know what time it is. You see at the top. You know what time it is. Sony outsells and outperforms Xbox in a major way. Let's talk about it. So first off, shout out to everybody here. Much love. Let's get into this discussion. So now, the first thing I want to bring up is, as of 2021, now y'all know that a lot of the video game conference calls, the financial calls, has taken place. So now we know what the latest stats are. Now, what I can tell y'all is that Sony at 25 billion right now is the number one company that generates gaming revenue. Sony is the number one, right? Now, after Sony is Tencent. Then after Tencent, I believe it's Apple, then Nintendo, then Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I gotta look at the list again. There's a top 10 list. But the point I'm trying to make here is that Sony is the number one gaming company for gaming revenue generated. That's one. Two, Sony is outselling, the PlayStation 5 is outselling the Xbox Series X, Series S by a little bit more than 2-1. They're already at a little over 8 million. And Xbox, I think, just hit I think 4 or 5 million, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And now, if you look at the revenue generated between them, they already ahead in revenue. But remember, PlayStation 5 has a $499 console and a $399 console. One is disc, one is digital. With Xbox Series X, you have $499 and you got $299. Okay? But those two systems do two different things. They're not in the same caliber of power, whereas PS5, it's the same system, just one with a disc and one without a disc. So the question that I want to bring to y'all is, when it comes to Xbox Game Pass, how can Xbox Game Pass take Xbox brand and get it in front of the PlayStation brand? You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I'm asking this question is because Xbox Game Pass is an amazing service, amazing value. It's dope, and it's only getting bigger, and it's only getting better. But is it enough? Is it enough? So now, when you look at what PlayStation is doing with PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, with the quality exclusives, and also keep in mind, Ratchet and Clank is about to drop. right? Ratchet and Clank already is the most impressive video game ever made so far. Like graphics, what it does. Like when you think about the road to PS5 before the PS5 came out and Mark Cerny was, talking his talk, everything that was literally said and discussed, we are actually seeing, witnessing, and about to experience. And if you think about it, at $399, $100 cheaper than what the Series X is, we're seeing stuff on the PlayStation 5 that represents next generation, like at the highest value, at the highest level. But on Xbox, it's not here yet. Now, they both been on the market roughly the same amount of time. And Xbox and PlayStation had opportunities to show off everything that they needed to show off to prove their system and its power and what it can do to represent next generation. When Xbox had their opportunity, we saw Halo Infinite. That was supposed to be that defining game. And we saw how that turned out. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. That's how Craig was born. Like, it wasn't good. But if you look at what Sony is doing, and in real time gameplay playing the game, we seen Horizon, which looked like a CGI film in motion. We see Ratchet right now, which looks better than the actual Ratchet film that came out, I think, in 2017. Crazy. You got Demon Souls, you got Returnal, you got Sackboy, you got Astrobot, the controller, everything that was talked about, we are experiencing literally out the gate, and it hasn't even been a year yet. We're still in launch window, and we getting all of this. $399. So my question is this. We see that Sony is outselling. That's one thing. But for it to be outperforming as well is another thing. This is very interesting. Now, if you want to talk about multiplats, PlayStation, for the most part, has better performing multiplats than Xbox. But Xbox do got some multiplats that's outperforming the PlayStation. But in terms of who has more, PlayStation currently has more. Now, if you're looking at the 120 FPS boosts and stuff like that, Xbox is doing a better job in that area. You understand what I'm saying? So there's some, yin and yangs here. But for the most part, the reason why you brought your system is to see what next generation is truly about across the board. And PlayStation has given you that more times than one. And on the Xbox side, it hasn't even happened yet. You understand? So, before I go to the chat and get y'all questions and speak to y'all and ask y'all things, the number one question here is, with the value and the promotion, the subscriber base, all of this stuff with Xbox Game Pass, as much as I love it, is Xbox Game Pass enough? Or will Sony remain ahead like they've always been since 1994 with high quality exclusives that's unbeatable and undebatable, that represent the highest quality of game development in our industry? Now, I'm going to answer the question in my opinion, but I want to talk to the audience real quick. So Frank says Sony has the blockbusters. Game Legend says relaunch or remaster old titles and make them free to play titles that's not playable. Okay. David, is the studio that is making the new IP first or second party? Oh, I can't answer that. I can't answer that because certain questions that I answer will be dead giveaways. So I can't answer that. Game Legend said it's not enough. Sony will rule again this generation. Now, Game Legend, is there a particular reason why you feel that it's not enough? And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Here's the reason why I feel that Xbox Game Pass alone is not enough. Because if somebody comes to you and say Spider-Man or Xbox Game Pass, what am I gonna get? More than likely they're gonna go with Spider-Man. If you say I want if you say Ratchet and Clank, right? Ratchet and Clank or Xbox Game Pass. Like, for the most part, a lot of people is going to choose these individual titles over a full service. And the reason why is because at the end of the day, quality will always override quantity. And in the situation with Sony, they have a large quantity of the quality, so they got the best of both worlds. And that right there is the defining factor. The quantity of the quality that Sony has will always supersede anything that Xbox has with Xbox Game Pass. Now, keep in mind, with Xbox Game Pass, you can have a lot of games that's day and date. They got the Bethesda stuff and everything like that. That's cool. But the bottom line is this. As much as we have Xbox and we love Xbox and we play those games too, it's not a needed platform because they're all on PC. So when you ask somebody between wants and needs, you're gonna need a PlayStation to play all these games. And if those games eventually come to PC, yeah, that's 2-3 years later. I want these games now. Whereas on Xbox, day and date, I don't need an Xbox. I can use a PC. I don't need an Xbox. And as long as Microsoft approached their business model with the fact that you don't need an Xbox, but it's there if you want one as a cheaper option as opposed to PC, then PlayStation will always remain in the forefront with the quality exclusives. That's one. The quantity of the quality of the exclusives. That's two. And three, most importantly, they are $100 cheaper than the competition to get quality that's better than the competition. Those are the top three reasons. It's more cost effective, so you get more value for your money. You have the highest quality, and you have the largest quantity of that quality. Those three things alone is crazy. Now, if you want to add in a fourth, VR. Because the next VR is going to be ridiculous. That plays another role. That's 4. So, I just wanted to reframe this, that no matter what we talk about, the proof is in the actions of the people. And the people have chosen that when you look at the sales, when you look at the fact that Sony has overtaken Tencent, Sony has overtaken Tencent as the #1 revenue generating gaming company in the world. There's your answer. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown of this topic, the reasons why I feel that Sony will always remain ahead, and also the reason why Xbox Game Pass, as great as it is not enough. We still need more. With xCloud, everything that Xbox Game Pass has to offer is amazing. And even though it's that amazing, it's still not enough. So, if Xbox Game Pass is not enough, what will it take for Xbox to overtake PlayStation globally? Because they almost did it. They almost did it in the 360 era. They almost did it. But almost doesn't count. What can Xbox actually do to overtake the PlayStation globally overall if Xbox Game Pass isn't enough? Okay, Sky Tight Gaming in the building. If we talk about money, we all know Microsoft as a company overall has the most money, but I'm talking about strictly gaming division. I'm talking about strictly gaming division. David, and there are rumors of Game Pass and xCloud coming to PS5 and Switch. Yeah, those are interesting rumors. That's all I can say. Interesting rumors. When the last time Xbox released an exclusive title for the Xbox Series X? Shout out to Interius in the building, and yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, what game I could get on Xbox that I can't get nowhere else right now? That's what I'm saying. So, Frank says new IPs. Well, whatever new IP they come out with, if it's not meeting the standard of Spider-Man, The Last of Us 2, Uncharted, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, I could go on. If it's not up to that level, they will never overtake PlayStation overall. And the fact that Sony overtook Tencent and Sony is now the #1 gaming revenue generator in the business, it's gonna remain there based off a lot of the new IPs and old franchises that are coming back. And I could confirm that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion. Now we about to get back to some more Guilty Gear Strive. One love and God bless. Let's get to it. So right now we about to play the story mode. So far this game is fire in every way. Now let's check out the story mode.
Play story.
Oh wow. Story mode. You can. The story mode is this game is divided into multiple chapters. Which manner would you like to play every 20 minutes per chapter? Oh wow. So okay, let's try this rest between each chapter thing. Uh-oh, let's go.
自ら原因を取り除い神になってしまう人としての欲望を奪うしかない人類の未来を望む思いがこの子から理解を奪してくれせめて名前を
いいのだいのが来たぞ
Uh-oh, let's go.
いのだ守り抜けここをどうすだいのが来たぞ
Wow, let's go, baby. I can't wait to see the new design of the PS5. I don't think it's gonna be too different. No. Killzone Jones in the building.
止められると思ってるやついるなるほどバカはいないか
お前が立ち去ればみんな利口のままだ
今時騎士道なんて靴底のクソだろ
国の旗を背負ったクソだすべきことがある
同情するよほんと
Oh, wow.
大バカだ
Oh, shoot. That's crazy. Wow, she's dope, bro. Yo, she killed all the #1. Oh, this is crazy.
散らかしてごめんなさい
Thanks a lot, Frank.
綺
Much
麗
love.
好きとは知らなかったから
Wow. Oh, wow.
なぜここにいるあんたはなぜここにいる人類との戦争に負けた時潔く散っていればこんなことにはならなかっただろならばお前は勝者か魔法使いは想像力が豊かだな
Love you, J-Type. Salute, bro.
王冠と後ろを取り上げられたのは私じゃない気をつけろお前が足を乗せているのは獅子の頭だ檻の外からだと思って長く続けるものじゃないやめてあげてもいいよ私のものを返してくれればね貴様の手綱を引けばついてくるとでも思っているのかこの力は主など必要としない今日は違う力が使えるものを見ればわかるはずだ誰が飼い主かね全てを知ったつもりでも未来に起こす過ちだけを知ることができない。手にしたおもちゃで喜んでいるだけではただの子供だいや子供はあんただ
Ooh. Let's go. this game is smooth.
ベッドの下やクローゼットの隙間に怪物を作れてもそれを追い出す想像力が足りなかったのさ。何をするつもりだ。無限の想像。
ついに見つけちゃったね。よりによって一番僕と出会っちゃいけない君が。
かつて誰かが言った。人間の果てしない欲を全て満たせば不平等も争いもなくなると。だがそれはこう言い換えることができる。人間からあらゆる欲望を奪った時、そこに平和が生まれたと。そんな世界を誰が望むのか。では人が望む平和とは。それを問うことは人とは何かを問うことだ。
Yo, this is crazy. The story is already dope so far, son. Shorty is fire. Look at this game, son. Woohoo! Team Red presents. Shout out to Red Infamy. Let's go. Wow. Look at this. It looks so smooth, yo.
大丈夫ですか？車輪が悲鳴を上げているようですが。
この窓だが実に視界良好だと思わないか。言われなければガラスがあると思えん。
ええ。
110ミリある。ボディは全面ウルツァイと水陸両用。最悪車輪がなくても走行可能。彼女の頭はモデル並みに小さいが不測の事態に備えた42冊のマニュアルが詰め込まれている。
アスカです。今はそうお呼びください。
そうか。アスカ、ともかくだ。君がヒッチハイクしたこの車は戦車顔負けだ。保険が効かないことを除けば欠点がない。
Yo, Skytype, get the game, son. Are you kidding me? You never played Guilty Gear?
はい。あなたはアメリカ合衆国の
I should suplex you
76
right
代
now,
大統領
bro.
であり、
Oh man, get the game.
これは
That's
その
it.
専用車両。
And love you.
G4 で非武装政策を掲げるには少々物々しいかと。
そこは同意します。
強引に乗り込んだ非礼はお詫びします。他の手段も考えたのですが。
事情は後だ。今は1秒でも早く彼らの目から逃れよう。
Oh, it's about to go down,
確かに
son.
確認いたしました。大統領車両にはギアメーカーが同乗しています。
歴史上最悪の滞在人、あの男がアメリカ合衆国に投降した模様です。
はっきりとは見えませんが、大統領と直接会話をしている様子が目撃されたとの報告を受けました。
またはあの男とも呼ばれる彼は聖戦時におけるあまたの犯罪の首謀者と目されており、
今までその正体は一切の謎。
記者の間では G4 における合衆国の武装蜂起宣言との関わりが。
Yo, Facts, yeah, Ninja Gaiden, yup. Smoking mirrors in the building.
いたずらに憶測を広げる行為は
様々な呼び名を持つ彼ですが、我々に馴染み深い言葉で
Yeah, Guilty Gear is fire, yo.
こう呼べるでしょう。
And this is the story mode right now, y'all. Earlier, you saw me fighting. This is the story mode. We're gonna get back to fighting as well.
ああ。彼らには僕がリークしました。
そうか。ん？は？
残念です。私にも聞こえました。
必要なことなんです。僕の言動はその窓ガラスのように透明でありたい。無理なお願いは承知してますが。
お願いか。我々には脅迫と同じだ。分かってないようだが、ペンが剣より強いならマイクは大砲だぞ。
あなたはかつての大戦争の首謀者です。真実はどうあれ、みんなはそう信じてます。その被害者や遺族がこの近くにいれば、ただの野獣馬ではありません。
Oh, shoot.
頭を下げて。
Oh, shoot. Wow. Yo! Yo, this is sick, son. I tell you, you gotta love video games, bro. Game is sick.
外れだ大将。やっぱりもう一人はイリュリアの方だ。
いやー、透明ですね。大統領、43冊目のマニュアルが必要です。
とにかく彼の移送先を。
あなたには不可能がないと聞いています。我々に何を求めているのですか？
閉じ込めてほしいんです。
君よか。そんな場所この世界にはないだろう。
いえ、僕よりも本を。
Facts, Chariot. I'm waiting to play too. Like, this is story mode. I'm waiting to play, but I'm enjoying the video like right now.
始まりのショック。
正確には外から入れない場所が必要なんです。どんなに強力な武器や魔法使いでも開けられないような。
そういうことですか。
アルカトラズか？
いいえ、大統領。彼が言っているのはもっと安全な場所です。大統領危機管理センター、つまりホワイトハウスです。
Wow. Oh, the White House. Strive, baby. Guilty Gear Strive. Let's go. Yeah, soul bad guy. That's me, baby. Look at this. Yo, look at him, son. Facts, Chariot. Facts.
ソウルバットがい。あんたのことは新聞で見た。
文字が読めるのか？教養があるな。ならこれは読めるか？
男前のプロマイドだ。
ちゃんと読め。2ヶ月分の飯代って書いてある。
世界を救ったヒーローの飯代にしちゃ安い。大層なお城で不自由ない身分だろ。なんで賞金稼ぎなんか続けてんだよ。
テーブルマナーって柄に見えるか？ああ、待て。まあ聞け。俺はこう見えて荒っぽい性格だ。だがお前が賢い選択をするなら別の面を見せてやってもいい。ね
え、なめんなよ。
Oh! That's great. Oh my gosh! This is sick! Why? Why did they make this? You hear me? Hey guys, put a chain on that one, son. Why did they make this game, son? Wow. This is sick, son. What? Oh!
あっちの同業者。
This is sick, son. Wow.
Pokemon. ミスターぐらいつけろ。100年前の軍が大金とモラルを捨てて作ったんだ。
アスカくんでしょ？軍じゃなくてアスカくん。あなたを作ったのは。
その話は広げなくていい。
This is crazy.
あいつとはいずれ決着をつける。
Wow. This game is crazy so far. I wonder how long this is, like, because I haven't had a fight yet, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, what I'm gonna do right now, because this is going on longer than I expected, I want to get a few more rounds in, so we're gonna go and fight. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go to main menu, the save and story mode, and we just gonna go and get a few fights in arcade mode.
Arcade. Who dares to enter the mayhem?
Now, I played a lot as Soul Bad Guy earlier, so I'm gonna try some different characters. So let's go to Giovanni. Ooh, I like that color. Let's go.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they
look how she
blamed the
cried.
beasts.
Say, yo.
Heaven
Game
or hell.
sick.
俺に用がありそうだね。
道を知ってるなら。
Giovanna versus Axel. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Let's go. Oh, wow. Let's go.
もう少し冷静に。ほら、あったかい。
Game's crazy.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
重いですよ。行きます。通ります。あらら。行きます。通りませんね。次の現場。
Oh, come on.
無用心。重いですよ。
Let's go. Got it. Nacho, what's up, Nacho?
侍を探してるのか?
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, Nacho, I didn't know that. I thought story. Okay. Thank you for telling me.
自分もそういうの大体わかる。
Thank you, Nacho.
もういいです。
Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, cool. Now I know. So we watched like a little mini anime show just now.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell.
逃げてもいいの？
興味ないんで始めていいですか?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the main menu. I'm gonna go to versus mode so I can have it set up to where I can just choose different characters at the fight.
Who dares to enter the mayhem?
So number of rounds 3. 60 seconds. Oh, you do infinite. Now I'm gonna play on the hardest level and see what this game is like. So we gonna go to Maniac. See what this game has to offer. Okay. So I'm gonna pick.
Nagori Yuki.
All right. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough.
Faust. Nagori Yuki.
Woo. like those colors. All right, let's go.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead
Oh,
of
word, yo,
reflecting
Nacho,
on
thanks, man.
themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell.
Let's go. I'm not that good with this character. I still gotta learn. Oh. I'm playing on the maniac level right now, so we're gonna see what's up. I might drop this back down to normal. If I was playing Tekken, I could play on the hardest level. Wow.
Nagoriyuki versus Ino.
Wow.
Duel 1. Let's rock. Counter.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh! I won that round, son. I won that round. Let's go. On Maniac. That's the hardest level. I won that joint.
Nagoriyuki wins.
That was tough, yo.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Let's go! Oh, woo! Smoking Ray did the graphics is ridiculous.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Oh no! Let's go! Let's go! Yes, baby! Let's get it! Yo, I'm starting to learn him a little bit better too. Let's go. I don't know what his special is though. I gotta find out what his like special is.
Let's rock.
Alright, hold up. Let me see what his special is. Command list. Okay, I know that. I'm trying to find the overdrive. Okay, got it. Oh, let's go! Let's go! Oh, I missed! Let's go!
Slap.
Triple cross, baby. Trophy. Trophy. Woo! This game is super sick, son. Super sick. Yo, you know it's real when you're so like intense with the game and you start sweating. Like, whew. All right, we're gonna change the character. What y'all think of the game so far? Yo, talk to me.
Ramlethal Valentine. Leo Whitefang.
All right, let's go. That was a serious match right there. And we're playing on the hardest level, Maniac.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell.
Let's go. Wow.
Ramlethal
versus Alright, let me see what her special Leo. Is too.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, her special.
Leo wins. Duel 2. Let's rock.
Hold up. My bad. Oh, did I change it? Let's go! Almost had it. Yo, game skin in the building. What's up, dog?
Wins Duel 3. Let's rock.
Oh, come on, yo. Come on. Yo, this is tough. This is tough. Game is tough, yo. Alright, it's gonna be my final match coming up, y'all.
Wins.
Final match, but this game is fire, yo. Oh wait, I mean to rematch it.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I didn't mean to rematch it. Sorry. Change my character. You know, I gotta end it off with my number one character right now. Soul Bad Guy. Ooh, I'm gonna get that red. Against
May.
May. See what's up with May. See what May got. Game. Oh, I should have got Cliff. My bad.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts, heaven or hell.
大したことなさそうだね。
めんどくせえな。
Soul versus May. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh no. Wow. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. This game is incredible, man. I'm playing on the hardest level right now, y'all.
Duel 2. Let's rock. Counter.
Oh my god. Let's go. Oh my god. It was right there, son.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Yo, she destroyed me just now, yo. Just destroyed me, wiped the floor with me, bro.
Duel 4. Let's rock.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We fighting, son. Fighting. Final round. Final round.
Let's rock.
That's how you finish it. That's how you finish it, baby. Let's go. On the hardest level, I won with the ultimate, son. That's how you kill it, son. Crazy, man. Nice, and I'm scared of myself. Let's go. And on that note, make sure y'all pick up Guilty Gear Strive. This game is fire. The story mode is an actual movie that you watch that I just learned today. So that's crazy. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to Kimberly Shatzer for being on the show. She's incredible. Make sure y'all check out onwardplay.com. You know what I'm saying? So if you trying to get in the game industry, that's how you get in. You trying to get a job, that's how you get in. She can hook it up. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it happen. All right? On that note, it's been amazing. I hope y'all enjoyed the topic for today with Sony outselling and outperforming Xbox. Wait to see how powerful Xbox Game Pass is going to be in return. We'll see. But right now, that was the Hip Hop Gamer Show. I'm the Hip Hop Gamer. Logitech G all day on your Hot 97 every day. That's my word. Love y'all and God bless. And thank y'all so much for being here. And I'll see y'all again later. Peace.